Congratulations, you made it to chapter 15, which is the final chapter in the text. It is entitled Healthcare and Future Opportunities. In this chapter, we take a look at how healthcare may be delivered in the near future. We'll look at and try to gain a better understanding of several important healthcare trends, offer a greater awareness of emerging technologies and how they may alter the landscape. They've already had an impact on the landscape of how healthcare is delivered. We will highlight the value of the workforce and its potential makeup for decades to come, and take a look at current health professionals and those in the future to become more grounded in health systems thinking. As noted in the text, there are probably even more than 200 different types of healthcare professionals working in the field today. As of 2021, an estimated 20 million Americans worked in healthcare or a related healthcare field. We will need somewhere in the neighborhood of 2.3 million workers to ensure essential services are maintained in the near future. Failure to maintain a stable workforce will create gaps in services, and we're already seeing that with shortages in various specialty areas. We'll have limited access in some cases, increased cost, lower quality, and higher patient dissatisfaction, especially in those areas of greatest need. Healthcare leaders and the policies they propose will be key in navigating the future quality and quantity of how healthcare is delivered. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is defined as a type of technology that uses probability and other techniques to perform tasks that apply some type of intelligence or learning. As we all know, and we've used AI, it has a wide use and application in healthcare, but it must be closely managed so it does not produce unintended consequences. There are concerns about bias, patient privacy, scalability, and cost of implementation on many artificial intelligence apparatus. In medicine, AI can be categorized into two areas, virtual and physical. Virtual, we're looking at obviously the applications used in electronic medical records, for instance. Physical, we're looking at robotics and prosthetics used in surgical techniques. When you look at the supply and demand of health professions, you can see what's happening at this very moment, and that is with the number of baby boomers leaving the field through retirement or for other reasons. The shortage of healthcare workers will become even more acute as we move into the future. As stated earlier, the industry will require about 2.3 million new health professionals in the coming years, and that's probably over the next 5 to 10 years. Shortage is not just in the U.S., but globally, and the WHO projects 4.5 million workers will be needed worldwide. Aside from retirement, reasons for leaving the profession include stress, burnout, and the recent COVID-19 pandemic has had a tremendous impact on employee retention. Education and training facilities are experiencing shortage in student applicants. Some healthcare systems are creating their own training schools to help close the gap with certain highly critical professions. But again, education will be key, and having the prerequisite knowledge to go into these training programs will be critical as we move forward. As stated in the text, there continues to be an acute need for comprehensive health policies that prioritize workforce planning to ensure stability. The United States has never really strategically planned for the development of the healthcare workforce. That has always been mainly a private sector initiative. The federal and state governments have had different approaches in developing this workforce. They have often been in conflict when it comes to education and training requirements, regulation, finance, and obviously, as many of you are aware, scope of practice requirements. Politics and lobbying by various interest groups have created confusion about scope of practice requirements. States, for the most part, govern the licensure process, which can vary greatly depending on which state one may live. Increased consumer demands, the expectations will keep workforce issues at the forefront, forcing issues such as scope of practice to be addressed once and for all. Basically, where and how one receives their healthcare and how healthcare is being delivered, as we all know, has been shifting greatly over the past decade. And the pandemic has truly accelerated the process of this shift, with more services being moved from a hospital setting, for instance, to the ambulatory setting. A disruption in the traditional way of accessing care has occurred, and the industry is trying to adjust to this seismic change. Technology advances, the financial pressures that hospitals and providers in general continue to experience, really push healthcare delivery to the outpatient or ambulatory setting, which is a lower cost setting. Corporate restructuring and merging is creating larger health systems. These changes will require a workforce with the requisite skills and knowledge to work in community-based settings, further challenging the demand for highly skilled workers and professionals. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, has also moved to the forefront when it comes to healthcare delivery, healthcare recruitment, and professional training. A high-performing and responsive health system reflects the population it serves. Obviously, the needs of older individuals and older population will be influenced by its changing racial and ethnic makeup. One's ethnicity may determine the type of care and treatment they may require. For instance, African Americans have a higher rate of hypertension, cerebral vascular disease, diabetes, obesity, and mortality rates. And the delivery of care must be designed accordingly to meet these specific needs of this population. A workforce that prioritizes DEI will be better positioned to understand and serve its population while improving organizational and hopefully healthcare performance. This may result in higher employee engagement, higher productivity, reduced conflict and stress, and increased organizational commitment, leading to hopefully what will be termed as a healthier workforce. Ethics will also become more prominent in the future healthcare scenario. Today's healthcare professionals confront what are faced basically a two-faced ethical challenge. And that is, one is the requirements that providers conform to specific treatment, review, evaluation, reporting, service authorization, and financial criteria for reimbursement. The second challenge when it comes to ethics is the level of recent successes experienced. The advancement of medical technology over the past 4 decades has enabled the prolongation of life for a number of patients, from premature infants to the terminally ill. The lack of transparent professional consensus on ethical guidelines and issues related to the continuance of care leaves providers without the support of generally accepted professional guidance and guidance from other healthcare organizations. The other challenges, future critical ethical issues, relate to advances in molecular biology, gene manipulation, and gene therapy. All of these things will become ethical issues as we move forward in the healthcare industry. One of the issues that we were just beginning to scratch the surface on is that of the genome DNA sequencing that can be performed on an individual in a matter of hours. As genome sequencing becomes more prevalent, a host of unintended consequences and therefore ethical issues may arise. And the medical community is just beginning to examine this issue and beginning to discuss the future obligations of those who hold an individual's genome data. There are many research-related ethical concerns about conflict of interest and appropriate public disclosure when it comes to this and other future discoveries. The healthcare industry and its workforce continue to change in size, as we've noted, and composition in response to an evolving population. Advanced technology, economics, politics, the environment, and the social, demographic, and legal regulatory factors have all ethical issues related to them and will be challenges as we go into the future. Ethics is just one of many substantial challenges the industry faces as we move into the future. To gain a better perspective, I would suggest you review box 15.4 on page 435 in the text. It provides a number of concepts of what healthcare may look like in the coming years and focuses on the environmental impact, both structurally and its physical effects on the human condition. I would say it's a worthwhile review. I've also added a video entitled The Future of Healthcare, hosted by Sean Hennessy, an economist and healthcare strategist. He provides some interesting insights on how he views the future of the industry. As you can see, this is the final PowerPoint presentation, and I hope you found them to be useful and informative. They were meant to basically augment the text readings and many of the videos offered during the course. I trust they provided a greater understanding of the material presented. I want to thank you for enrolling in this course, and I hope it assisted in expanding your knowledge of the healthcare industry. I wish each of you much success as you expand your professional careers. Thank you.